What's up, everybody? Still trying to get the timing
Hey
right on that.
guys,
Howdy.
All right, I keep getting like error. I need to fix this shit, but I keep getting errors and stuff. So, how is everybody doing? I'm gonna pull up the chat.
I've been busy today.
Have you?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I've been busy.
Well, I mean, I'm still busy too. But like, what I was gonna say is like hurricanes, tornadoes, flooding. We're all still here. We haven't missed an episode yet with all the hectic stuff going on. And I do, before we start, I do want to say, thoughts and prayers to everybody out affected by the hurricane from Helene and now Milton. I've been following HVAC R&D and Tony, I think his name is Tony Marino, the guys that are from North Carolina, and they've been showing all the crazy, it basically got flooded, and they're still rebuilding, trying to clean it up, even at that. And I do have let me pull it up real quick. I do have a link in the description for anybody that wants to, because Ryden started a GoFundMe to help them out. Let me see if I can pull it up. So he has this support West North Carolina, and he did post an update here. I'm just going to get through it real quick. He was able to go take a delivery up there, and he's been seeing the damage. He's like, the pictures don't do it justice, but the community's working together, which I've seen from Tony's videos. There's a lot of tradespeople out there, people trying to clean up. The businesses look rough, man, because everything got totaled. But yeah, he's saying that the bridges, the roads, everything's destroyed out there, so it's going to take them a while to kind of rebuild that. So that'll be in the description if you guys want to go help out on any of that stuff. And like I said, thoughts and prayers to everybody in the Carolinas and in Florida that got hit recently.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good call. Good call. Put the link.
Jake's still with us, though. You didn't get affected by that?
I'm in my bunker, bro. I dug this bitch 10 feet below the sand.
Where are you live reporting from today? Are you in the eye of the hurricane?
We are reporting live from, I don't know, I can't. I should have used that line I gave you earlier. I'm 75 miles inland from the Gulf Coast, so we tend not to get it too bad, but you could hear sound like a train last night. You hear that old woo, and we had like 126 tornado freaking warnings and shit. And
they didn't ask you like to evacuate or anything? Like you weren't close enough?
We're like not in a flood zone, at least like where I'm at. I'm 255 feet above sea level, so we're generally.
Hey, that's always good, because when I was looking to buy a house, I was like, give me an elevated area. Yeah, because we used to get a lot of floods here.
Freaking Ian, that's where Ian lives. Ian from Vito, he lives in Bradenton, which was right there where it kind of spearheaded, but he went to the other coast, so he's good though. I touched base with him. I
was like, oh shit, I should probably message him. I haven't heard from him in a while.
He's good, man. He's good. He's doing all right. But yeah, man, I think we dodged I wouldn't say dodged it. It wasn't as, say this, not badly, not as catastrophic as it was anticipated to be. You know what I mean?
Because that thing was like what was it, like almost a category 6 or something?
It was Cat 5 it reached out to, and it was supposed to hit the Tampa Bay, which never been like hit head on like that. But then it tracked lower south, but it was in a different rotation where all the rain was shooting up north instead of below it on the right side. So
I just been keeping up through like videos online, because there was a lot of people that stayed behind, and they were like, well, they just wanted to document it. I was like, okay. I was like, you're braver than I am.
Yeah, man. As long as you're up, like, have you guys seen the Lieutenant Dan dude?
Is that the boat?
Yeah, the dude on the boat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I was gonna mention, because there was a whole bunch. There was a guy that stayed behind because he was gonna get paid so much from like a live stream, because he was gonna live stream like right in the middle of it on a boat. Uh-huh. There was that guy on a boat that didn't want to leave. There was a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, this dude Dan, he's got one leg, lives on a boat. He stayed there in Helene, and his shit, like, he just, obviously the boat's it rose, and he just had it tied to a dock, but they cut his disability, and like I saw this video, it was like, yeah, they cut my disability. I don't know why. The camera just like pans to his leg, and he's got like a nub. It was like, yeah, this dude's definitely disabled, but let's not give him his disability. So some dude, some streamer, they're gonna give him like $100,000 for a boat, a kick deal, some shit like that. So
Hey man,
I guess good things can come from it, but
that's cool.
lights flickered. Anyways,
Did they?
they did. Unless I'm just having a stroke again, you know?
We might lose Jake in the middle of the broadcast, but for now you're good. If anybody in the chat is from those areas, let us know how everything's going on. We got Neil, we got Practical Gadgeteer, Jason Johnson, Mike B, Eddie HVAC. We got Brett Wetzel in the house.
Shout out.
I guess he's going out of town, out of the country. Ernie, Eric, Layman,
Shout
the
out
good
Eric.
guy. We got a bunch of the usuals. Freon, Leon, Gary, Matt, Megan. Everybody, the usuals. So, Kurt, how you been busy?
Installing a new air conditioner.
Oh,
in my
that's
house.
right. Yeah.
Whoa.
You like it?
You act so surprised.
Well, I forget. I have like ADD over here, but what do you like it so far?
Yeah, I installed this top of the line Bosch IDS premium connected system, and I'm gonna tell y'all. At first, I compared it with the Gree, and I didn't think I liked it as much. But after installing it, it's very easy to install. It is.
Okay.
It's like a regular old legacy 12-seer system. It's that easy.
So was the Gree more difficult?
Yeah, the Gree's more difficult because you got to do the flare fittings on it.
Oh, it's full blown like like a kind of like a mini split.
So yeah, you got to do flare fittings on it, and they got to be perfect or they're going to leak.
It's always the flares.
Say it ain't so, Kurt.
What do you guys use for flares? Do you guys have any? Have you gone up to the the battery powered stuff, or are you still doing by hand?
I have invested in the HVAC flaring tool.
What? Tell us more.
And it's
They
worth
just
it.
came out with a new version. They just came out with a new one.
Oh well, don't tell me that.
No, they didn't.
No,
I
he's
was just
messing with you.
No, the HVAC flaring tool is worth the money. If you do flares even on a semi-regular basis, it does a good flare every time.
cool.
Yeah, like you don't, because people are like, oh, it's the skill. You're losing the skill. Like I don't care. Like you said, perfect flare every time. It's easier. I went and bought one, and I don't even do mini splits, but every now and then I do need the flare connections for certain things, and like service valves on a walk-in cooler, freezer, stuff like that. And I don't use it often, like you said, but I still like to have it. It's there in my truck. I use it every now and then.
For me, it was worth it. The few times I work on mini splits, I have to replace flares more than I actually put them on. So if I got a leaking flare and I have enough room, I just cut it off, start new.
I feel like the manufacturers make the worst flares. I always see people.
Jake? I'm sorry. It's my daughter. Like, can you stop?
I always see people cutting out, like when they install like a mini split or anything that has those pre-made flares, they just end up cutting them out because they always look like shit, and they just make their own.
Yeah, that tool was worth it for me. I'm glad I got it.
Hell yeah, man! I'm glad you got it too.
This Bosch system, I was kind of shocked at how quiet it is.
Really?
I can't hear the compressor.
Did your video get posted yet?
Oh, he's waiting to post it.
There's one coming out. I just got Bosch wants to look at it first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it did. It sounded quiet.
Well, I was gonna depend on you for my decision because I want to change out eventually our R22 Goodman, and I didn't know if to go Gree or to go Bosch.
I'll give you some pros and cons.
Let's have it.
The GRE has a complicated system when it's running in heat that has a mid-temperature gas injection into the suction so that it can produce heat at very low temperatures, which means you don't need heat strips.
Okay.
So if you don't hook up heat strips, it stops the blower when it goes through defrost so it doesn't blow cold air.
Okay.
Like a mini split. But the Bosch goes through a regular defrost and it will energize your heat strips to keep from blowing cold air, so you need heat strips.
Gotcha. Well, we never run the heat, so joke's on you.
Never?
No, dude. Like if we do, it's for a few minutes just to warm up the house a little bit. We don't get calls for no heat. We don't do any of that. We just open our windows and enjoy the free cooling, as we would call it. Yeah, Freon's like I don't know if Texas needs heat at all. Got that right.
North Texas definitely does, though, right?
Yeah, that's a whole different. I mean, we got north and south, and even the middle. That's like completely different types of weather. It's weird because, like I said, we don't run it too much. If anybody's from like where I'm at, it's like cooling all year round. Yeah, Jason, we're gonna try and keep it. It's just I want to know what my next one is gonna be.
Well, I'm going to tell you the ease of installation on the Bosch was nice.
3 amps. That's pretty nice. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was running, I would say, at about 70%, pulling just over 3 amps.
I gotta check
What
that
was your
video out.
what was your previous system pulling? Could you check that?
Did you compare it to the old one?
No, I didn't. I didn't check it.
Well, you know what? Since you kept it as a backup, go ahead and reinstall it and let's check it out.
Put everything back. You need a do-over.
God dang. Idiot.
Matt over here is saying that Tim DeStagio has videos about setting up the Ecobee to take advantage of Bosch units. So I'll have to check that out.
I'm interested in the Bosch, man. Seriously. I mean, anything that's...
Hey, speaking of Ryden, I mean, he's the one that, says that it is the best.
Yeah, I talked to Ryan because he was a big rude guy before that, like his whole life. So I've talked to him just to ask, like, hey, be straight up with me, and he has been. You know what I mean? He says I still take rude. He still believes in it, but it just so happens now he works for Bosch, and he says, great. There's just, I think he said one line he wasn't a fan of, and maybe something with the package unit. I'm pretty sure he said, but otherwise. But at the same time, statistically, like I would love to know, like the analytics going down the road, like, hey, what's the failure rate on every machine, like a Rude, the damn sensor for the freaking coil temp sensor was always failing on these 20 SEER systems. So we just kept those stopped. What's the Bosch going to be? You know what I mean? Whereas like a Train XV system, we were failing AFC boards, gas temp sensors, coil temp sensors. So we would just stock those all the time too. And that way it was like we had it ready to go to swap out when we needed to. So it'll be good to see. Well,
Kurt will be the first one to report on any issues.
I wanted to ask you too, Kurt. Can we talk about the video a little bit? Is it like just to bring out the little?
Sure.
Not a whole bunch. It was just like I saw that you put the surge protector on there. I see it was the ICM or not ICM, the Rector seal, the inner lock or whatever. Which one is it called?
You talking about? What are you talking about?
The surge protector you put on.
Yeah.
Would you be maybe putting on maybe like a voltage monitor one as well? Since it is
I thought about that and decided not to.
Okay.
At my other place, the voltage would go really high sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what I was worried about. but here it stays pretty 245, and that's it.
Okay. What you guys familiar with the? I just recently saw a video on the Buck and Boost transformers. Y'all seen those?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I was
I know
curious.
what it is.
Yeah, I was always curious of installing those on it too, as well as maybe like a ICM 493 where you can monitor, or at least pick your differential on your voltage, and then you got those percentages you can go off of, and then you can just keep it at like 230 if you wanted. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of interesting to see on something like that as well. I'm just throwing shit out there, so.
What do we know? Mechanical was saying that they, and I've seen this because what's his face? AB HVAC has been posting ever since all the hurricane stuff and all the little power surges and stuff like that he's been replacing a lot of electronic components like ECM motors and stuff.
No, that's just normal. That's gonna happen.
That's normal.
But
don't they sell protection for that too, like for the motors?
Yeah,
I
Zero.
have
The one.
seen a little plug you can put on the X13 motors to help protect them.
Yeah, it's like a middle. It's like a surge protector right in the middle. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm not a great salesman on it, but here's the thing: I try to do with the customers down here, and I fucking push this shit so I can obviously get my margins up pretty good because you can make a decent amount on it. But at the same time, like, hey, you need to. I think we sell for like $250 or something. You know what I mean? It's not expensive. But hey, you should definitely put this on your system. It needs to be within at least 3 feet of the device, opposed to they're like they always come back with, well, I got a whole house surge protector. I'm like, all right, let me know how that works when that fucking doesn't save this thing. And the old adage is, well, you got one on your TV. You know the little box you got on your computer power cord? That's a surge protector. You know what I mean? Why would you not want to protect this investment as well?
Yep.
And especially in my area, dude. I try to tell these cats, man, hey, and anyways, that's a whole thing too. But yes, I agree.
And somebody asked a question. The 134 a-hole.
There he is. Shout out. I met this guy.
He got 410A for $152. Did he pay too much? Do you think it's going down any further than that?
I
Damn
don't
good
think
price. Where'd you get it?
Yeah, I was like,
Is
that's
it
a damn
worth-
good price because mine is God damn. Trying to get used to this new camera. 215.
Okay. I was gonna say it's like 220. That's what I'm.
I bought half a pallet for about that price.
That's what you were saying. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, because look, come next year, it's going to start going back up.
It's gonna be like 1,500 a tank at that point.
It's gonna be the whole thing.
What's our 22 at right now?
Oh, I don't even know. I haven't bought it in years.
I like completely went away from it. I know some supermarket guys, need it. I was like, I'm not carrying that.
The only people I know using it are these commercial train chiller guys, and they won't use nothing else.
Oh, it's gone down. It's $1,000 right now, from like at my supply house. It's a steal deal right there. $1,000 a tank. Nah, I always change it out. 407C is what we use. Now 410A. Man, I feel like I just saw something on. Because like what are you guys gonna stock, or what equipment are you guys seeing? Is it R32 or the 454B?
It'll be both. Yeah.
So you're gonna have to carry both.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
All
Bosch
three
is
now.
going to be 454. Goodman and Daikin is going to be R32.
Which
Everybody
think,
else is 454, I think.
Riemann Root's going 454, I think.
Yes.
So 32 is like the odd one out a little bit.
Yeah, but I think that's just better. I think that would have just been, single pure. I don't know. They just said, I guess the 454 has a better GWP. Like, who gives a fuck at this point?
I know.
Sorry for my language. Sorry. I apologize.
If it works, it works. Mike, I carry R22. You still carry R12, 410, 134, and 448. That looks a lot like my truck too.
Yeah, we'll have 4 of them. You know, I mean, I generally I'll take off the 22. We use 22. I take that off and just
Well,
usually carry 2 tanks of 410.
yeah, that's a shock to you guys doing residential because y'all usually carry 1 or 2. I'm used to like what Mike has. I got 407C, I got 404, 410, 134, and then every now and then I have to carry another one, which right now I'm actually going to get my first R290 system to work on maybe next week.
Ooh.
Now I need to
see
go
somebody hook a propane tank up to one of those things.
It's the same thing. It's just like the purity of it, but I got some warranty stuff to do now. It's that Blue Air company. So now they had a cooler that went out, and I went out there and it was an R290 system. I'm gonna have to change out the compressor on it. So the only bad thing is I don't have the equipment for it. I need the scale and all this other stuff.
And you get these tiny little short hoses to use.
Yeah. I don't know if they're any different.
Oh, shit. I'm still here.
Yeah, you're here.
Did that not mute?
No, I had to do it.
All right, cool. Northern Lights up there in Maryland.
No, I was just talking about my first R290 system, but I don't have any of the equipment to work on it. I need the scale. I need the hoses.
You know, I think I told you I used to work on cars and vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
People would put propane in car air conditioners, and it would work. Yeah, it would work. It's a great refrigerant.
Well, I mean, apparently it is.
Some would say it's the best. I haven't said it's the worst.
High risk of something catching on fire.
Well, we sit on a big tank of gasoline every day, you know. That's what I like when I equate this. When I hear a customer bring it up, I'm like, "Well, you drive your car," you know what I mean? So it's like
it's just as combustible as a R290 system.
Well, yeah, that Inficon got a sweet leak or scale for that, huh?
That's the one I would prefer, if I'm being honest, because I think that one's a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
You get
you can swap out the sensors in them.
The scale.
It's got the little adapter.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can hook up the little R290 tank to it, or you can just use it as a regular scale. So, because JB also has one, but it's specifically for the R290 tanks.
Kurt, no wonder this man's in communication. with
hey man, I need some equipment. I love it. Probably won't I wouldn't get it in time anyway. I'm gonna have to buy something anyway.
Well, dude, if you need something and Field Piece has it, don't try reaching out to them and saying, "Hey, I need this," because you ain't gonna get it.
Remember that wand that I bought?
Yeah.
Oh
I got an email at like a week after I already got that in and everything. Oh hey, did you need a wand or something? I'm like, not anymore.
That is so stupid.
It's like that ship sailed a couple weeks ago.
Oh my gosh. Man,
well, I'm gonna tell you. Here's the deal. You know, I'm supposed to be one of their ambassadors, or what? I don't know what.
I don't know what it is.
I needed a new manifold.
Mm-hmm.
I sent them an email telling them, "Hey, I need new manifolds or something y'all can do about that." And at the time, they were about to come out with a new manifold.
Wait, so when you broke that one, you actually tried? They didn't get back to you?
No.
God damn! I was wondering what happened with that.
So I just went out and bought one, and
I was like, I was gonna say
whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Kurt, you're the HVAC guy. You could have just asked for one.
Apparently not.
Oh, you know how these companies are.
Like, y'all know I got a little bit of clout, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well.
Enough yet, I guess.
Only post every day, thousands of views. Let's
Dude.
see.
Well, I'll see them in, what is it, February? I'll see them.
Oh, you'll
Oh,
see
yeah,
all
you
of them.
will. Oh,
They go to
you'll
the
see
award show and everything.
it. They will. Yeah.
Appreciate that, Tim. He loves all our videos.
Tim, that's because Tim's cool.
Hey,
He understands. He's just
I
talking.
always
He's
appreciate the
mainly talking
support,
to you, Kurt.
and I appreciate it when you watch those commercials.
I used to always say that. I'm like, hey, if you could, when I got monetized first, I was like, hey, if you guys could watch the commercials, I would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You understand how this works, right? Shit. Damn it. Yeah. Sorry.
Our refrigeration
What
devil saying the JB scale for R290 is the best. I'll have to find out.
Whoa. We go. You're gonna have to. God, news.
All right, hold up. I lost my place. So have you even been working, Jake?
No.
Is it rained out or anything?
Yeah. Yesterday, like they canceled schools the rest of the week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they did all that shit. So basically, everything was shut down anyways. The grocery store opened up for like 6 hours today. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, was off yesterday and today. Plan on going back tomorrow. God, I'm breathing. Sound like a fat kid. It should be all straightened back to normal. That's the plan. Stan, the man, the gun in his hand.
I was gonna ask because Mike brought up they're talking about the R290 in the chat because they've worked on it. I was gonna ask anybody that's worked on it. Do you guys go through the whole trouble of removing the ports, or do you leave them on? Because that's actually what they brought up in the chat. And he's like, might as well just leave the ports on because the evaporator is just going to leak right after the warranty expires. Which, yes, every time I get called out to an R290 system, I go directly to the evaporator. That's a common issue.
Yeah, I always start straight there.
R290?
On the coolers, yeah, everyone I've been called out to, it's a leaking evaporator. This was the first time that it wasn't. That was loud. This was the first time.
Next time.
This was the first time that it was, and I went to go check it out, and it was a bad compressor. So I was actually surprised.
Don't you have to disassemble it to get to the evaporator coil?
This one was pretty simple. It's a under counter cooler. So it was just one big plate that I had to take off, one big panel. The compressor is actually harder to get out, which is going to be a pain in the ass. So we'll see how that goes. I should get that compressor maybe tomorrow.
Are you going to have to work on it in the store?
Oh, dude, that was a whole... It's in a coffee shop, but it's like in a real hipster local one. Like way worse than like Starbucks or anything like that. Some local place, bunch of kids working there, all these... Yeah, so I was working there. They were talking about their personal life while I'm trying to work and sit down in the middle of the little... It's a small little shop. So there's hardly any space to like pull out the unit, let alone like sit down. And I'm not looking forward to doing that. So yeah, these kids were just talking about this random stuff. One of them was like, man, I wish we had an actual legit purge, like the movie. And I was like, okay. God. I was like...
Gotta go.
Getting a little weird in here.
Well, you said pull it out. Does that have one of those condensers you can slide out from underneath the bottom?
I thought so. I mean, I might have to mess with it another time because I took out some screws and the compressor came loose. Like it's on its own little panel, but the condenser was still hooked up. So I took out some more screws and it still didn't want to slide out. So unless I have like a video on it, or I'm going to spend the time to figure it out there, I didn't see how you can just slide it out. There has to be a way, but on this unit, the only access I have to it is in the back of it, which like the compressor and the condenser are right there, but like the side panels don't come off. There's nothing else that comes off to where it can slide out to what I'm used to, like what I'm used to seeing. What I usually see is a compressor and the condenser like one behind the other, and you can slide it out usually on a plate. But this one was sideways, and I didn't see an area for it to slide out. So I'm gonna have to look at it again or look up a video. This is a blue air cooler. It's on their ice machines. They're like a Hoshizaki knockoff. So I don't know if their coolers are based off of any brand in particular, because this is like a newer, like cheaper manufacturer. We'll see. But that's been my week.
Solid. I'll tell you what, man. I've been on a struggle bus with this damn change out we did about, I want to say maybe June. Went out there in June, did it install. A month later, they just calls up, hey, it's just not cooling right. I was like, oh, no problem. It was like 95 in the house. It was like 105 outside. I was like, just got to adjust the charge, topped it off. About 3 weeks later, calls back, hey, it's still not looking good. I'm like, something's going on. Did a leak search, couldn't find nothing. Oh, but of course it was leaking at the Schrader. So it wasn't. So I replaced those. 2 weeks later, hey, it's out again, completely flat. And so I fucking was like, all right, screw it, man. I just gas it up before I put a bunch of nitrogen in it. Before I gas it up, I was like, I just can't find it. And down here, it's very common that the line sets run under the slab and the foundation. Anyways, just replace the line. So I was like, fuck it. This is what we're doing. And this is what we did. And it's been good. Problem is, when I moved the condenser to the side of the house, I put the breaker in the sub panel. I forgot to hook up the people's pool pump. And that was on Tuesday. And we had the fucking storm yesterday. She was like, we were going to drain the pool. And
dude, I hate when that happens.
I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I am literally I feel so, and they have been literally the greatest customer like ever. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for being so cool. But, and it's great.
Now,
when you said that was your week, that's kind of like where my week ended. So,
I was going to say, like, that sucks because I've had stuff like that happen where I need to like shut down breakers or unplug things to get in like these areas that I'm at, or like even turn off AC units, and then like when you forget to turn them back on or you don't double check, and then you get called like, hey, you were just here and I don't know what's going on, but this is not working, or something else. Yep. You're like, wait a minute, did I forget to turn that back on?
Yeah, I just totally disconnected the whole breaker, bro. It was like the breaker went to a whole nother sub panel for their pool pump, and it was a thing.
Or when I can't find the breaker, but that's not on me. It's because like when they don't label them, or they get new panels and they don't relabel them, or they change something in it. And I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna figure this out one way, which is just me turning everything off one by one, and whatever happens, right?
Yeah, dude. We got this really good job up at it used to be a Cadillac dealership back in the day. This was George got it. It's a buddy of his that owned this huge auto auction, and we're doing it. That's exactly what happened, bro. 3 huge ass fucking panels with like 8 sub panels off of it. We just start flipping it. It's a vacant like building essentially. Every breaker just like it was probably about 40 breakers before we found it.
It's never one of the first ones either. I've always had that. It's always one of the last ones. You're like, oh fuck, finally.
Yep.
Dude, one time I was trying to find a breaker for attic exhaust fan.
Oh.
And I went up and down a couple times, and eventually I was just like, I took the hot leg and just jumped at the ground.
Yeah, boom.
So I could trip the breaker. Then I found it immediately.
Yep.
That's that instant circuit finder, whatever you call those.
Oh yeah, those would be good. I never I guess had the balls to do that. Like I hate electric, but
not on purpose. I've never done that on purpose. I've done it accidentally. I'm like, okay, there it is.
That's what my Jamaican cat outside. He would just cut the leg, like we're doing a furnace, and like we can't find it, so he would just go snip, there it goes. Okay, and just cut it and take it too. And
People have asked for your Jamaican friend, and
yeah,
I don't know, maybe we need more Jamaican friend stories because they're
bro,
like, who is this guy? Where can I find him?
Eric in the chat, Eric Lehman, he knows Sean. Sean's a fucking goofball, bro. He's a great cat. I think I may have said this. You know the like the meme, the oh no 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 no,
Yeah.
that one, dude. That's
Oh,
this dude. Exactly what he sounds like. We would. I had this video. I wish I had it for you guys. I put a fake snake inside the electrical compartment of a condenser, and I just left my phone recording, and it was he's all disconnected shit. Oh man, it was so good. It was one of those good ones, man. I miss that type of thing. Work alone, but we do shit like that back in when I work with
Guys, I went to Home Depot the other day and I bought me a 5-foot skeleton.
Oh yeah, you were.
And we got it set up in a chair right next to the TV.
Yeah, you're
And
so.
the guys coming in to help me with the install today, they hardly even poked their head in there. But one time I know one of them came in and looked, and I'm still wondering what he thought when he saw the skeleton sitting there.
Love it. That's the best. Man. And them all be like, oh, by the way, we had an issue in the family. We didn't know what to do with them, so we're just kind of keeping them occupied.
Freon Leon was talking about when I was talking about the RT90 system, acidic products, because we do a lot of pizza places. I think that's the area that I have the most problems with. Like when they have onions and all these other peppers, jalapenos in their walk-in coolers. I've seen it more. That will eat away at the copper and cause a bunch of like little pinhole leaks. So that's a common issue that we have with those. Yeah. But the one I was working on, I don't know if he's asking me or Mike, but the one I was working on, I think they just had like beverages in it. But I did notice, like he said, also no maintenance kills compressors. On a lot of these tight kitchens, these small coolers like that, the undercounters, if you drop stuff like napkins or I see a lot of like plastic baggies and the little plastic gloves that they wear, the condenser sucks it up and it just plugs it up. So I think that's probably what killed it. But I was reporting to the guy and I was just like, you know what, it's a bad compressor. He's like, it's fine, it's under warranty, we'll just send it out to you. So I was like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good, man. Glad to hear it.
No, Mike, I don't have a problem with electricity. Sometimes I'm too comfortable with it.
I'm not at all. Like I will triple check that because I hate getting shocked.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is very like, oh, you didn't. He's like, did you test it? Did you touch it? I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. Yeah. And he'll go in like, okay, it's off.
Yeah, I would do that. Like even like a quick like I don't know if that's gonna make a difference or not, but like quickly do it. Like no, we're good, all right.
I'm not doing that.
Take it, touch it real fast.
Yeah, yep. Real quick. Like oh, okay, we're good. Because you can. I mean, we've all done it where we just continuously get zapped. I mean, maybe not all of us.
Oh, I got pissed. I got pissed one time because I thought we killed the power to it, but something must have been bypassed on this walk-in that I was doing, and it was a long way from the inside unit. So I was working on the condenser. I needed to change out the defrost timer. So I was like, okay. I think we turned off the breaker. I think we were changing out some other stuff. So I needed the whole power disconnected to it. I went inside to their mechanical room, found the breaker and flipped it. I thought we killed it. One of the legs was still live. I shocked myself several times. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So they were like, I think on that one, they were like mislabeled or something. It was the one next to it. I was like, fuck, okay.
I wish I had filmed this. This was before I was filming. I killed the disconnect to change a contactor. I have literally taken everything off this contactor and I've got it in my hand and I'm removing the last power wire and it shocks me. I mean, and I was sitting on the ground and it shocked me hard. It was rough.
It wakes you up in the
Yeah.
morning. But I think I'm trying to think back on it. I think something similar happened because the only time that I get shocked like that, where I'm pretty confident and I'm like, oh shit, I get hit, is when I kill the power, but like it's either daisy chained or like some hack shit is going on where it's connected to something else in the breaker or in the next walk-in box. I've had that happen, like where the lights are interconnected in there or the evaporators are interconnected with the same breaker and it's like a different system. That's the shit that I hate, and that always gets me.
Yeah.
And I always used to be real confident, and I get hit.
Have you ever been shocked by a system that had no power to it?
I don't think so.
Doesn't sound possible, Kurt.
All right. I was on a condenser, and I walked up to it and put my hand on it. It shocked me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna bring that up actually. Go ahead.
So I killed the power. I verified with my meter I had killed the power, but it was still shocking me. I could stick one of my meter leads in the ground and another one on the unit, and I would read 120 volts.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Ground bars.
I've had that happen, I think, once. And I don't know what it is, if anybody can explain that to me, but I've had that happen too where... Oh, go ahead.
In my case, there was a short in the air handler that was shorting eventually to the line set. And it was not grounded correctly, and it was shocking me.
Fuck you.
I had one that it felt like a static electricity thing, or I don't know what it was, but like if you touch, it must have been a grounding issue too. If you touch the housing of the condenser, you would get zapped. And like no matter what I did, and I thought it was like a discharge type of deal. Like I was like, okay, it happened once. No, every time I touched that thing or leaned on it, it shocked me. So I don't know what it was that time. I was like, I'm out. I'm not doing this.
You know, I've been out to install a grounding rod just for a condenser, and I've got this. What are they, like 10 feet tall? These grounding rods, and I've got a little 3-pound hammer. I had to stand on top of the condenser and pound this thing all the way down until it was in the ground.
Doing other people's.
There's got to be a better way than doing it like that, though. There's got to be.
There's got to be. I used to see a lot of down here. They would have one of these XV units. I saw it. They would ground it directly. Like they would have those. It was very common, and it would have a big lug terminal screwed to the chassis of the condenser with thick. I don't know what odd wire it was. Ran down to the ground. I thought that was interesting. But they say it helped because of obviously the power and the DC voltage and stuff.
I'm just gonna. We got. What is that? Dave. No, Dryer HVAC. I don't know. The bushy. I put on a lot of y'all's videos. I need the HVAC KNIGHTS logo on a shirt. There is a shirt, but currently I don't know if it's still up. The merch is under construction. I'm gonna have some new stuff out very soon. So I'll post when it's out.
Direct mail Adrian there, or hit us up at hvacnights@gmail.com, and we can do something for you.
I was like, what are you promising? Jake will send you something.
No, I won't, because I actually got to send Eric some shit too. Maybe hit me up for some stuff. And people are asking for stuff all the time. I'm just like, yeah, I got you, man.
I've been really bad about that this year because it's been hectic. And then I have like stickers I need to send out. I haven't sent out stickers in a while, but I still got some, but I just haven't sent them out.
You real good about that, man.
What?
You used to be really good about that.
Oh, I know. I used to get all that out. But I'm working on the merch, so that'll come out soon.
Merchandise. We need to make it. We need to make a night that's like
to keep up to date. Just go to hvacnights.com. I mean, everything's there. So
it is. Shout out Bushy. God, my nose.
HVAC man. Seen a van out today in Sacramento. Same logo, but says reliable air. There's a. I've been told there's a lot of reliable name companies out there right now.
There's also lots of climate controls.
But you know what there ain't a lot of, y'all? There's only one. Busy air, bitches. Which isn't true. There's actually one busy air in Corpus Christi.
Is there?
So
I haven't seen that.
they didn't do a good job with. I mean, it's just normal, but like it's. But no, I honestly have never seen one of yours, Kurt, Adrian. I have seen a reliable service.
Yeah, people always message me, "Is this you?" I'm like, "No, dude, I'm not. I'm not in California. I'm not over here." Like, it's like reliable air, reliable heating, reliable. I don't know what.
Vermont and shit. Like, yeah, no, that's not me. But I did see it, and every time I see it, I want to take a picture. I'm like, oh, look. But I'm sure, like you just said, like you get it enough that. Like,
Oh yeah, people always send me those pictures. Hey, you muted yourself that time.
You're welcome. I haven't clicked on there so that I can just click it real quick.
There you go.
No, they call you when they get hot.
There you go. Put it on the shirt. We'll do that.
That's what he said. He said they call you when it's hot, or
when they're hot.
Yeah. Your
Hey,
wife.
man,
Yeah, I seen those.
I watch a lot of I don't know if it's a good or bad thing right now. Like a lot of tool videos recently, which is making me buy shit that I probably don't need. Have you seen, Jake, the hyper tough stuff coming out? Someone did a video on the.
No, what they got?
They're apparently going to come after like Milwaukee and everything, just like everybody else. They're calling it
Like
the hyper stack. It's that Walmart brand.
Yeah, I know it's that, but I just think it's too late, man. Everybody's trying to get their skin in the game, and it's just like it ain't gonna
Even
work.
Makita.
Oh,
That
Makita was
one.
I was trying to think of who was the other one.
It looks cool. I don't know how those like dual hinges are going to work, where you can use either side of the lid. But I think I texted y'all. I think it's funny how they mentioned like you can access each box without detaching. when I made a point about that in the video on our Tough Belts, Adrian, people were like, "Oh, it's just stupid. Why would you want to do that?" I'm like, "Oh, they're fucking clearly marketing to it because they've seen it." It's like you either A, you don't fucking work in the field, or like two, you're just a bitch. Because like they're like, you can hurt your fingers doing it that way. Like, bro, if I ever heard someone on a job site say some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't been on.
Yeah, who hasn't tried to open one of those boxes and get something out from?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, we all do it. I do it. I always, even because I have like some Tough Built, some Milwaukee, and I'll do it with both of them. But yeah, it's funny, and you can't. It's always one or the other. So like you said, you had those guys that are like, who wants that? And then like they market that, and then like when I saw the videos of the Makita stuff coming out, and then marketing that, and I think also like loading it up into like a truck, it's easier because the bars come up, the rail comes up more, and everybody's like, who needs that? Like, be a man or something.
It's obviously marketed to people who have a bed cover.
Yeah, like
it slides under the bed cover.
Well, like
and like the pack out rolling box,
you
got to get the special handle just so you can put it.
I was gonna say I don't know if it was Tough Built or who it was that made it that it fit, and then Milwaukee had to go back and modify theirs to make it fit.
Yeah, they made a whole new box with the low profile handle, which isn't out yet. They did that last year, and then they got the handle that you can do. But people were making third party shit for a while. I want to say the first one was maybe Flex or Klein, but it just took a while because Tough. I mean, the first system I remember coming out was DeWalt's Tough system.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the one that was readily available to me when I started, and I bought that first. And I thought it was cool. Well, let's see.
Look at that beauty right there. This guy, I'm gonna have it on mute, but he shows the. Let me see if I can play it. This is
The
a hyper
hyper
stack, so they're gonna have the rolling carts, the stuff that stacks up together, and then oh dude,
Oh,
Oh
there he
man,
is. That's the den of tools, man.
so
Dude,
this is the new.
bro,
I
that's
don't know
got to
what you
be.
call it.
You can just see how cheap that shit looks. That's like the same thing
even
as.
in the model, the render model, it looks cheap.
Yes, bro. That's gonna be the same as like the Craftsman or whatever, the T stack. You go play with that.
I do like those carts though, because I have a brand that's similar to that. I'm hoping maybe this one's a little bit better
Okay.
because I
It's
broke
just
the other one. It was off Amazon.
it just looks chinchy as fudge. You know, you got a really good system, like similar, not similar, but the
don't y'all go
wheelbase.
buying all this stuff and telling me you're fixing to put your Milwaukee up on Marketplace. I don't want to
No,
hear
no,
it.
no. The only
Remember,
one.
but remember, I showed you guys that they had an impact that looked identical to Milwaukee. That was a hyper tough drill.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember what y'all went through with that other stuff. The
Nah, dude, I'll still say this, Kurt. That tough built or the
is it tough built?
Yeah,
yeah, the Stack Tech, I still will say compares pretty sweet and well to the pack out. It's just I don't know if you guys
Yeah, and
saw
I
their,
tried to buy your pack out and you wouldn't sell it to me.
but I still love my pack out, dude.
he wasn't ready to he wasn't ready to give it up.
Yeah, it's my firstborn. You know what I'm saying? But with the what's that shit? That Stack Tech. Did you guys see? They posted on their
Yeah,
so they're basically publicly traded now because they're trying to get funding. Essentially, that's what we were talking about. I was like, I swear they had to have gone bankrupt or something. But I did see a new box they had out. It's the wide box, low profile organizer, and it's actually got the little lever. It could compare very well to pack out. I
I
just
don't.
think they're
Yeah,
gonna die.
I don't think they have it on their site for me to bring it up, but I saw on Instagram they posted about that stuff and like that they're gonna obviously everything's gonna get delayed now because I was actually waiting for them to do one of the big like their big toolbox, the rolling one, but I wanted the one that opened from the front,
Yeah, they were
like that
supposed to
huge
do
drawer.
Yeah.
So
I think they tried, man. I think
What? Why is it going to be delayed? I don't get it.
they got
they got to get the
I
money.
also talk. Well, I'll let you take over, Krauss. But like, they also messaged me on Instagram before all that got posted, and I was talking with the guy, and they were just basically getting. At the time, they were getting screwed by Lowe's as well, because you know how Lowe's handles everybody. I mean, Klein is seeing it too. I think.
Yeah, no, for sure, which is crazy because all
Like
the
right when it comes out, they have everything, and then like it just they start taking it back, or they don't restock.
Yep, I agree. No, you nailed it there. I think everything was supposed to be released by the spring or summer of this year, and Lowe's didn't, I guess, reorder. The dude Dana Tools, the one you just showed, did a really good video on it, and he talked about how it all works. And if you read the comments, people talk about the stocks and all this, but they recently just said they're going on. I don't know which one it was. It's a NASDAQ or something. And they're going to be, anyways, be publicly traded so they can fund this new shit. So I think once you're at that point, it may be too little too late.
Yeah, because I'm waiting. I was waiting on a couple things, and
yeah,
I mean, if Milwaukee comes out with some stuff before them, because I don't think they have their extra large drawer either out yet. But if they come out with it, then I might just go buy that one.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I was excited. Tough Belt was the only one I was excited about, and it's still the only one that I would purchase over any of the other ones.
Gator Magnetic is on clearance. Is that like a good thing or a bad thing? I tried emailing them back, and it said that email was no longer in use.
I will say this about Tough Belt, though. I shout out to them. They actually they messaged me before the hurricane and shit, and was like, "Hey, wanted to make sure you're safe. You need anything?" Which I thought was pretty dope. I don't have any type of.
Dude, you should have told them, yeah, I need one of those big coolers.
I should have said that shit. Oh my! I'm gonna message her back. Hey, by the way, I do want that cooler. I gotta put that's I
Or
didn't
like,
even,
you know,
I just thought it was
some
really
of my
genuine.
toolboxes, some of my
Yeah,
toolboxes flew away. Can you replace them?
that's funny because they're all, God, I, fuck. I really screwed the pooch on that one.
Man, Vivor makes everything. Brian's like Vivor foldable cart is legit.
That's awesome. I tried to get the vet. I call it
I
Vever,
don't know.
whatever. Anyway, they reached out to me again. And I was like, hey, no, I don't want that, but they have a press tool. I was like, send me
Oh,
that instead.
yeah, that's them. I forgot.
Yeah, and they never got. They're like, oh, we
Keep
didn't know we
keep
had that.
keep emailing them because I just emailed a few back again. I'm like, hey, I'm just following up here, and they're like, oh, we didn't get your last email. I don't know. Just
Okay,
try it again.
I'll do that. But shoot, yeah, man.
We had a question. Hello, HVAC Knights. Have any of you guys tried the new S-Man field piece digital gauges? Is there really a big difference on the old model?
You, you want to tell us?
They
I'm
have an
gonna.
A2L sticker on them.
It's got a nice A12 sticker. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I think it's just the size of it. It's like slightly smaller. I don't remember there being like a difference. Oh, they do a. I asked Tony specifically, and he's like, "Go check our website. There's a compare chart."
It's so funny because like we were talking in the group chat there. I literally asked him, hey, is there anything, any of these? No, everything you have will be just fine. You know what I mean? And now
Exactly.
it's
Dude,
like,
I'm not changing my vacuum pumps or my recovery machine.
hell no. Well, and I was actually talking to my boy George at work. I'm like, well, realistically, we're until we start to get to the repairs of these new refrigerants, we're going to be fine because the shit we're evacuating is still going to be, the old stuff, anyways. Until we start to get to leaking coils and shit like that. But for the most part, I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying.
No, that whole and I wanted to bring it up on like even on my podcast, like the A2L. Oh, I did bring it up in one of the last ones. The A2L thing. I mean, I think it's really stupid when you put A2L stickers on stuff that doesn't matter, right? Like there's hand tools that they're sticking this shit on, and I'm like,
Dude,
okay, that's not. There's no moving pieces in there, electronic or motors or whatever. Like, and they're slapping these stickers on them just to make a sale, and it's like there's most of the stuff that you've bought, especially in the last 5 years or 10 years, whatever it is, like it's safe. There's not really a big difference. For the most part, they've been ready. I think, like you said, Field Piece, everything from Field Piece, I think, is A2L compatible, and they've said that for like I don't know how long. Like the stuff is everything you have is fine. I feel like it's just like a whole because even the tanks, being reverse threaded, being having to get adapters and hoses and stuff for that. I'm like, why? Like it's just more money to spend.
exactly. Well, keeps the economy going,
It's a hoax.
which we need right now.
I think there's like a regulation on flammable gas tanks. They have to have reverse threads.
But they're all. I mean,
Mm.
they're not that much different. Like
Because like the acetylene on your acetylene tanks?
yeah. But this, I mean, it's not acetylene.
No, but it is mildly flammable.
Well, did you see Ty Brenneman trying to catch one on fire? He had I forgot which one it was. The one of the A2L refrigerants, and he's like, let's see if we can, put a flame to it, and if anything happens, and sure enough, like the flame just kept getting blown out from the refrigerant. Like it does not catch on fire that easy.
Yeah, it's fear mongering. That's what it is.
Hey man, I'm on that train. I was trying to pull up. I don't remember where the comparison is.
Took what?
I mean,
Oh, we'll put it. Sorry.
here's the
Give me.
new manifold. I don't know what the hell's going on with my computer.
Does it not use batteries or something? Looks like it's got a charging port on the back of it.
No, you got that big plate right here.
Oh,
Okay.
Which one is it?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is actually.
right.
That might be to hook up to it a different way.
Does the current one take batteries?
Yeah, they all do.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, sir.
The thing with these, what I don't like is that it takes 6 batteries, and it still takes 6 batteries on this new one. Oh, you get this nice little fancy cover too that you can open from the front.
Oh, duh.
There's your difference right there. It's the same
There's
thing.
that A2L sticker.
You can buy
Oh, yeah.
individually.
Yeah, at the end, A2L compatible. Oh yeah, there you go. The firmware updates you can plug in directly to the back to give it updates. You already eating?
I mean, it's 80-20 here. I didn't eat yet. I'll be out. I'm almost done, bub. My son brought me in some pizza.
But it sounds good. I'm hungry.
Well, it's about that
Dude, we
time.
were breaking up all that shit today, and I did my neighbor, who's an old dude. And all my, all the tree limbs and shit.
Jason will say it. He'll agree. Money grab.
You know who the biggest money grabber of it all is? Like that Daikin company, man. I'll tell you what. They're
What
the
about-
biggest money grabber of these A2Ls. No, is that who he works for? Am I wrong?
Oh, that's right. I was like, "Where are you going with this?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
think
all
he went over there.
Just
Yeah,
trying to make
I was gonna say
way to ruin
like
the damn joke.
the whole thing with Daikin on me is I always see I always have issues with them. So I'm like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of money that goes into them.
Like
Yeah, the
with
coils
their
always leak.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I actually, real quick, I went to a Lennox. It was leaking. It was low in refrigerant. I looked in the EVAT. No issues, surprisingly. It was in the condenser coil this time. Like, no shit. I honestly, honest to goodness, have no issues with the Goodmans. So,
Well, let me ask you this: has Goodman gotten any better since Daikin bought Goodman?
the redesign of like the condenser is really nice. Excuse me. That way you can actually open up the top. You know what I mean? But otherwise, it's still the same stuff. I don't see much of an issue in terms of what people faced with them. Like I know everybody just gave it like a bad reputation. I don't know. Jacob, shout out, Joel. Thank you. No, we are good, brother. We made it through. Thank you. What about you, Kurt, with the Goodmans? Fan? Not a fan? Or
Well, most of the Goodmans I've been dealing with are in apartment complexes, and it's a massive number of them. So I've dealt with a lot of problems of them, especially leaking evaporator coils. I have this one apartment complex that has, I guess they're about 12, 13 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
I have probably replaced every evaporator coil in this 75 apartment complex at least one.
Get the hell out of here.
For Goodman.
For Goodman, yeah.
We had at this house there was 2 that leaked, 2 evaporator coils that they went through here.
The biggest one I ever faced the issue with was Lennox.
Now, I didn't install these. They had somebody come in from Valdosta, a big company that installs them all. So I don't know what kind of procedures were taken. I just know that I've had to replace a bunch of those evaporators.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. You can't trust those big. You can't trust those big companies sometimes.
It was Francisco. That's who it was.
Get him on the phone.
Yeah, like, bro, you did it again. That's awesome.
Hey, when he went to go visit you, did you Did he work with you for like any time? Like I think he rode along with you or
Day.
something.
He rode along with me for a day.
But y'all didn't do any
Yeah,
like installs or anything major.
No, just to ride along.
that's
Uh,
cool.
HVAC man, the pressure temperature for A2L is super close to R410. Not much of a difference, other than the sticker you slap on. But yeah, because R32 is in
Mhm.
410A. Like I mean, it's all kind of the
Yeah,
same. It's just
yeah.
slightly more flammable, a little bit better for the environment, whatever you want to, you know, however you want to look at it.
The I did do an R22 mini split or 32 mini split. Yeah, no issues. You know what I mean? Everything was good, but it does clearly notify you. You know, it was a Daikin mini split. That is A2L. It's got like a red like silicone like thing over the valves and stuff like that to let you know. So it was pretty like apparent.
Jason says it has to be shit installs. That's the only way.
Always, but it's so true. Like, well, and then the neglect of the system. You know what I mean? If that pressure's ass going in back to that evap, and but a lot of times, again, I think the worst one I ever dealt with was Linux. So
Does
I,
do they
I've
do they
always believed. I've always believed there's something in houses that eats up the coils that's in the air, like in the drywall or in the carpets, or there's
mm,
something
I was
that
gonna say
causes
do they have
evaporators to fail more often than condensers.
I was gonna say do they have a room full of onions or something? I don't know.
shitty, dude. I go to a lot of like Indian homes, and the curry. I wonder, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's acidic or not, but you would, like, if you clean, like, take a blower out, you can tell it's caked on there. And then, like, I'd seen, like, the curry, like, color on coils, like that orangish,
That's
like, red
crazy.
color.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I used to do that a lot. I'm like, damn. I was like, do you guys?
Wait a minute. They eat that much curry is getting on their coils?
I've seen it. Like, I mean, you've been into an Indian person's home, right? And, like, it's just, as soon as you open the door, it's just boom. Like, yeah, or no. Have you never had that issue?
I can't smell.
Oh, well then, okay. But no, I have had that issue. And this that when I had that, that was mostly when I lived in Maryland. But down here, like just the smell gets on it, and I never thought of the acidic uh, properties of food or things like that. Like
Or cat
a lot
pee.
of my a lot of my condenser or air handlers are in the garage
Oh
when
yeah.
people pull cars in. You know what I mean? I wonder they get things like that, and then the exhaust kind of when they turn the car off, things like that gets inside. I don't know. I never really
And
one
people
thing.
with pets, because Mike was like, cat pee will eat a coil. I'm sure you guys have gone into houses where it's like a ton of pets or
Uh,
something like that, and that just smacks you in the face when you walk in.
Yeah, I can smell that.
that's what. Oh shit. Oh, good.
Oh, we got Rudy in here, and he does apartment work a lot. So he's like, you got to be careful. The maintenance guys who are usually doing a lot of this stuff, they don't vacuum the units or any of that.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. And it's you know
Curry coil. There's a name for it.
either I can't tell if he's being serious or not.
That's a
Oh
new
man,
one for me. I'll be on the lookout.
this place is a dumb man. Are you good? Is he talking about where he's at? Is that what he's talking, or is he talking about us?
I don't know.
Ted, clarification, please.
Clean it up.
Oh, this son of a bitch.
Are we gonna have another? What was that? Speed challenge?
We could. I did use the I had to use the SDS one time, bro. That shit was clutch.
Dude, I used his way of doing it one time, and my punch was too big for the hole.
Oh
And
no.
I scarred up the
The dude in the middle is a freak.
That's-
Says Ted.
So you weren't able to get it out with it, Kurt?
I got it out, but my punch was too big for the hole, and I scarred up the hub, and I couldn't get the shaft of the new motor to come through. So I had to drill it out with a half-inch drill.
That's funny. What I ended up using, I had a small pilot bit because I did have the like the pointy chisel bit, and I got a regular one and just put that bitch on hammer, and I was like, "Brrr." I was like, damn. That's probably the fastest way. Is, honest to God, was the SDS drill.
Oh yeah, I had seen when y'all were doing that, whatever competition y'all were doing. I saw that.
Yeah, I was with it. I don't even pull out the puller anymore.
Ted's in here just roasting.
He is, man. Hey, great interview with Adam there, Ted, over there at the NCI summit. Good stuff. Hope you're doing well up there. Rick James will say he's a super freak. What is going on here?
I don't know.
Super freaking out.
All right, so you guys have anything else before we close it out?
We wait till the end to do this. Good golly.
No, man, it's getting late for me.
It was a blast, Ted.
I was looking at the time, just making sure.
Yes. Yeah, no, we're ready to rock and roll. I'm tired, man. The wind kept me up all night, too.
Adam's a good guy. All right, then. Then we'll sign out, and we'll see everybody next time.
Later, y'all.
Almost done. I didn't mean to holler at y'all.
I don't think you cared.